I've never seen it hit anybody quite as hard as it hit me, that I was transformed in the moment. It was then, and I will say it still is now, it is pure 100% magic. It's not a drug, it's an event. It's not something that you do, it's something which happens to you. And people come out of it saying, what happened?
What is DMT? Dimensional mind travel. The devil might trap you. It used to be a Dogon mapping tool.
Yo. Brooklyn, New York City, what's up, everybody? Yeah, come on, man. Give it up for yourself. Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out tonight. My name is Markman. This is the Velvet Lounge. We are here today to celebrate Cambatta and his new release, Smoke and Mirrors DMT. Give it up one time, please. And I'm gonna share a quick story real quick before we get into it, because I remember when I first heard this brother rhyme, and it was very organically. It was way before he or anybody from his team ever reached out to me. And I say that to say, you know, I've made my living as a journalist interviewing people, and I mean, I've sat with everybody from Jay-Z to Lil Wayne to Skyzoo, T.I., Eminem, Wiz, definitely Wiz. I was gonna go there with Wiz, but what I'm saying is Kendrick Lamar is a common denominator like spitters, you understand? And some of them have sold millions and millions of records and had hit records, and some of them haven't. But this is hip hop, and what come out of your mouth matters. Don't let them tell you that we could just get up there and say some gibberish and it's all good. That shit ain't cool. This hip hop has never been cool. But I want to say with Cambatta, I don't even know if he knows this story, but the first time I heard him, I want to say it's like 2008, because I was on the blogs just doing my job. It don't matter if you Jay-Z or you T.I. or you Cambatta, if you Skyzoo, if you Torre, if you could spit, you have my attention. And this brother caught my attention. I was on Two Dope Boys, this blog called Two Dope Boys back in like 08. Oh, yeah. And just started coming across his songs. And I'm like, yo, who is this? And why does his pen work the way it works? Like the pen was working overtime. So the fact that we here now is now 2016. It comes full circle, and I get to sit here and celebrate with you, Smoke and Mirrors DMT, definitive Meta God trilogy. Alright? It reminds me of the first time I heard you. I never forgot it, so I'm glad we're here. So one time, please give it up for Cambatta, man. What's good, man?
Hey, I'm feeling blessed, and I'm feeling great, and yo, we finna go up and down this CD, and I'm gonna break down the psychology of how this is done.
First of all, before we go anywhere, what I need to know is like, I can curse, I'm gonna curse. What the fuck is on your mind, B? Like, when you be penning it, like, I'm listening to this album and I'm hearing shit, and I'm like, how we get from here to here? Like, talk about just your process a little bit. I mean, do you write it down? Do you freestyle? I gotta know your process of how you come up with some of these joints, man.
I guess the best way to explain it in words that you would be able to visualize is it's similar to the Holy Ghost, or the place that Michael Jordan goes when he's scoring 60 points, or the place where Michael Jackson goes where he's doing the moonwalk. It's that ether, it's that zone, and the more anything you practice, humans adapt to every situation, and the more you practice going into the deep, to me it's the brink of death. Everything, if we have to break it down to just a simple duality, ones and zeros, it's life and death, it's dark and light, and I'm very attracted to the concept of death, and that is the spiritual realm. And when you allow yourself to go there, whether it be in the dark, I have my own method of getting there. And the more you practice going there, the easier it is to get there. And that's the land of all creativity. That's the land of mental manifestation and imagination. and you get better at bringing it here. And words are step one. Writing is step one to manifestation. So I just got really good at becoming one with death. Death is it's almost like a frequency. Like we're in the middle right now. We're like in this is like a radio station we're all tuned into right now, right? So I'm able to go as far left or as far right as possible and still be able to maintain my physicality. And all artists do this. I'm just good at explaining it. But that's where I go a lot of times. And eventually in life I learned how to use psychedelics and different things like that. But I mean, for the first half of all my rapping until the age of 23, 5 years ago, is when I first started experimenting with psychedelic drugs and marijuana. But before that, it was just pure trying to go as deep as I possibly can into the dark.
Right.
That's what basically what we're trying to do. We're all language. That's all we have. We're basically these things walking around talking, right? And we do all these motions and shit. We do all these random things, but really it's language. And I take an intentional approach at being able to explain the things that people can't explain. It's just that I'm born in a time where the most popular form of communication happens to be hip-hop, rap, which is the most verbal form of music ever created.
And don't let nobody tell you different. Like, our music and our culture, first of all, runs this entire planet. All right? And that's amazing what you said, man. I have an artist friend, my man Damian Scott. He's a comic book artist. And he described his art to me one time in a similar way, like this place that he goes and that he pulls from. So that's amazing, bro. You special. Real quick now, Smoke and Mirrors is a trilogy that you've been working with. So this DMT edition,
yes.
Explain what it is and how it combines and amalgamates what you've done previously.
The DMT concept kind of came afterwards. Initially it started off with the porch, which the porch is an active transition point. If you think about a porch physically, it's the place before you enter your home. The home, in a way, is a womb. It's like a womb. It's like an incubator. It's like an incubator. It's a place where you go to sleep and eat and do the developmental process before you go out and conquer the world. The porch it's kind of outside and it's kind of inside. And it's where I spent 8 to 10 hours a day writing, every day. Smoke, I wasn't allowed to smoke in the house, so I developed my comfort zone outside, and anybody that knows me has been to the porch, including many people here today. And so Smoke and Mirrors started off with the porch. And then from the porch it went to the womb. And then from the womb it went to the crack baby. So it's almost like a birth process. And that was the initial trinity. The DMT came afterwards. DMT is a compilation of all three of those. It's almost like a trinity. And on a technical aspect of it, it was an opportunity to collect all the things that I actually own and be able to monetize them without anybody coming after me for beats and shit.
Right.
But on the creative aspect of it, it was like, yo, like, let me put together the most potent songs so that way new fans can have one project to look at and say, all right, because we're in the microwave age. Niggas don't want to watch shit for more than 30 seconds. You know, people just want it. You know, hey, give me that. You know, so that's what this is. This is taking all the dope. It was hard to take all the dope shit and put it on one project, but I tried my best. I added a couple new songs to kind of bring it into 2016 as well.
Okay. Definitive too, which is yes. Definitive edition.
That means this.
I wake up like yesterday gave birth to me, and I live like every day is the first for me. If I die, just listen to this. I'll be living through the words in every verse that you heard from me. I philosophize. I have a theory on metaphysics that haunts my mind. Let me try to explain. See, my being is being contained. So what you're seeing isn't me, it's just something my being be in.